So yeah, the final song is entitled "Salvation Is Here," and as I mentioned earlier, it was actually the second song that I wrote for this album. Um, but yeah, following on from the story, the song pretty much kind of caps off the story by with this person being on the ground, completely defeated, nothing left to give. um, I kind of had this picture of somebody, kind of stepping into frame, stretching out their hand, offering help. And the moment this person who's on the floor, on the ground, kind of raises their head to look at the person stretching out their hand, not only do they see, that the person stretching out their hand is there to help them, but they can also see, almost like the cavalry, kind of behind this person. And it's silly as it is. It was kind of inspired by a lot of those war movies. You always hear the guy shouting, "Yeah, the cavalry has arrived," kind of signaling the backup, the reinforcements that have come, to kind of support him in a desperate, dire situation. So yeah, that was kind of the picture that I had for the song, and um, you know, and that's also kind of where the title came from. But the reason why I didn't call it "Help Is Here" or anything along those lines, and very specifically "Salvation Is Here," is because I took the story and I, kind of just plugged it into real life. That is how God shows up many times. When we are in desperate, difficult situations, we get to the place where we feel like, there's no point. What's the point of carrying on? What's the point of continuing? I have nothing left to give. I'm just going to throw in the towel. And it's many times in those moments that God shows up. And I was also inspired by many kind of testimonies that I've heard over the years. People coming to Christ. Many times it's them kind of being, at the very end of their rope. Like in the lowest point of their lives that they ever were. No motivation left to continue, nothing left to, driving them forward in life and all of those things. And many times that's where God finds them. So that's kind of why, I entitled the song "Salvation Is Here." But yeah, that is the kind of story of the song. It's the story of the album pretty much. But yeah, musically, I started with this riff. Lots of heavy delays, some reverb, things like that. It was inspired again by, listening to a lot of August Burns Red. I'm not particularly sure which song or songs I heard where this was done, but it was definitely done. That I thought, this would be cool idea to try. I did. The song just kind of came from there. I continued on all the way until the end of the song. I didn't have the little tappy part at the end that wasn't in place yet. And then, I was kind of stuck with the song. Didn't know how to finish it, didn't know what else to add to the song. And then my friend Byron, he dropped me a message and was like, "Hey, what you doing? What you working on?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm busy with the song." And he was like, "Cool, can I play bass on it?" And I'm like, "Yeah, okay, cool." Send him the track. And then, midway through that process, he's like, "Hey, I was thinking, can I maybe do a solo on the song?" And I told him, "Look, because I hadn't thought the structure of the song through entirely just yet, I didn't know if I wanted kind of a solo on the song. I wasn't, that wasn't an idea that I had from the get-go, that I wanted to do a solo. So I told him, "Look, you can record the solo, we can do it, and we can kind of see where to fit it in, where to plug it in." And then, it's kind of while he was busy with that, I again was just noodling around when I stumbled upon that kind of end tappy kind of riff. And I got into it. And I think the moment I played the second phrase of that lick, I kind of hit a note there that reminded me of something that not reminded me, but felt like it was something that I could have heard on a Truby album before now. Jason Truby is, my very first kind of inspiration as a guitar player, metal guitar player. He played for Living Sacrifice, my favorite metal band. Played for POD, Went on to do his own solo things, both acoustic solo albums as well as, he had like one rock album in 2009. And it's on that album, that both my wife and I, we got into, and there are so many cool little melodies and lines and things on that album that really stuck with us, even up until today. My wife will be like, "Hey Hadley, just play that Truly song." What's that song again? Because we was thinking about these things, and when I was playing that riff, I was like, "Wow, this song was something that I could have heard on a Truly album," And I was like, "Okay, cool. I'm gonna continue on with this," And that was pretty much, where that went. I finished the tappy part, kind of, capped off the song, and then Byron was like, "Okay, here's the bass, here's the solo." And we were like back and forth with each other, must we add the solo? Where must we add the solo? All of those things. And then he told me, like, drop the solo, we can do without it. And, I kind of agreed with him. We went on, I pushed the song out, kind of wrapped up the mixing, the mastering. I submitted it to kind of an online distributor. And then during that process, I felt that, like the solo, I really love what Byron did with the solo. I didn't entirely want to throw it out. So I thought, okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to just re-release the song, just the song alone, with his solo in kind of as a standalone download. Because I really liked what he did. So that was kind of what ended up happening there. Redemption is also the first album that I kind of released online to streaming platforms. So it went on to Spotify, YouTube, and all those things. I was quite happy with how Redemption turned out. So just an update on my side. I am busy working on a new track at the moment. When or if a new EP is on the horizon, I can't say, because like I said in my previous check-in video, free time is something that I don't have a lot of lately, because my son is a toddler now. I give him all the love and all the attention that I can. My wife as well, my family, that is important to me at this point in my life, as well as church. So with the little time that is what I will use to make music. So I am busy with a new track. Once it's in a better state, I'll let you guys know. If you haven't already, check out my songs. It's on Bandcamp, it's on YouTube. Subscribe to my channel as well, where you'll get updates on new content dropping, including this video. Guys, thanks for sticking it out. Thank you for seeing the end of this video. I love you guys. I appreciate the support. Stay safe out there, guys. Have a great day. Cheers.